gonna get out here and clean everything up. We got lots of pots out. We no longer need to cover the garden bed. Need to get the poly folded up, the plastic domes put away, all the pots, and I've got stuff behind the potting shed. I'm gonna get that all folded up, and I'm actually gonna store the pots behind the potting shed. That was Mom's idea, which is a great idea because I need all the room I can get in the potting shed, which I'm gonna have to clean out and get it wired and all sorts of fun stuff. And once I get that done, then I can start working on potting up my tomato plants. Okay, so let's get to work. So what I'm doing there is I'm hauling away wood that we had built the beds with, and we'll take the next 3 apart as well, and I'll haul those up, and they're going into the upper garden, and we'll make beds. Now, what I have here is the chicken wire, of course, and I was like, well, how am I going to roll this up? And then I thought, a piece of wood, I could just roll it around the wood, because I was having a terrible time trying to get that wrapped up or folded up, and what was the best way to store it. Now, this comes from the south fence by the pool. Missy, it was only part ways up, and so Missy was constantly getting through there. She liked to go investigating, and so now we have some new 2x4 wire up there, and she stands on the other side and stares through it, and so sad she can't get out. Now, the one thing with gardening is you start a project, and you get part ways through it, and something else crops up that you have to work on, and it just becomes a challenge sometimes to keep everything neat and tidy. And so that's what I'm doing here, is just, you know, my potting shed is cram full. I got to get it cleaned out, get shelves put in there, get it wired, all that kind of fun stuff. So a lot of this stuff just ended up outside, you know, stuff that's not gonna rot type of thing. And so that's what I'm doing, is just cleaning all of that up, because it just adds up. I mean, you pull something out as you're working on something. And these pots, these are 10-gallon pots, and this is my best purchase this year. We have used them for so many things. Mom worked on cleaning all the branches out of the cedar trees, and she filled those up, and then we haul them down to the pickup, dump them in the pickup. I think the one trip we made, we had like 78 loads out of these. So like the 10 gallons, so like 780 gallons in the back of the pickup of the cedars. I mean, there was a lot of it. But we used it for moving dirt. I mean, I bought them for growing my potatoes in and my artichokes in, but they have come in so handy for everything. So right now we're working up at the poolside garden, and we're digging out that 4th bed for strawberries. And so we would fill these buckets up. I would load them in the gorilla cart, bring them down the hill to where we had grown our zucchini last year. That's just above our rock garden. And we had cleaned out all the compost in there, and we're putting in the dirt, and we've already put compost over top of it, and we're going to grow lawn there. So these were well worth it. I love these pots. They're, like I said, definitely got our money's worth out of them. It's been fun. Oh, what? Is this where it is? Nugget has a great, they love the compost pile, those puppies, and they just love to get up there and play on it. They're going to be very disappointed when this pile disappears again. And what I'm doing now is just hauling everything to the back of the shed. Oh, and that's my cold frame. Don't need it right now, so sticking it back there. I want to put some shelving behind there just so I can stack up the pots and stuff when I'm not using them. Just somewhere to put them. I might have room in the potting shed later. And then this is the big piece of poly that we were covering up the cabbage and broccoli and some lettuce as well. But now, I mean, we're pretty much done with the frost, I think. But even then, I mean, the plants could take, you know, -2 a couple times, didn't even phase it. So just putting all that away, that stuff will end up in my shop probably. But, oh, yep, 2 pieces at once. Got to do it the fast way. And then, yeah, it's hard to stick to one project at a time, but I figured out, got to get this cleaned up because I'm going to make another mess. And already the table's back out, and I've got pots on it because I was potting up plants. and we just stay busy, that's for sure. Oh, what I've got there is the wiggle wire and stuff for the greenhouse. I had a couple extra, and I'll probably use it for like a low tunnel. I'm not sure where. I'll probably turn one of the beds, get it all set up so I can do that. It does, you know, you can hook it up to one side and just roll it back and forth. So we'll see what I decide to do. It's in the future, I will use it, or might end up with my uncle because he's doing a greenhouse similar to what I have. He's got the same size, but of course he's doing some things differently. And I love, oh, that green, what do you call it, stool there. That was my first gift that I got from my mini homestead from my friend Cindy. I use it all the time. It's just a great little thing. I think I got it pretty much done. So just a quick look, the beds. I'm going to take down the netting right now and remove the T-posts. That's it. And I've just set up the bed trellis for those will be for our midget cantaloupes. I'm not sure where I'm going to plant them yet. And then there we go, nice and neat. I need to back up the pickup, unload my cattle panels that I got from the States. I'm excited about that. And then take the wood and probably the poly to my workshop. But now I can get in here, clean up the rocks. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, all these beds will be replaced. All the rocks, they work good for holding down the poly. I'm gonna haul them all up top. They're gonna go under the pots for the blueberries when I sink them into the ground, and I'm gonna get some nice little blocks to hold down the poly for when I put up a poly tunnel, etc. That way I can just stack them up nice and neat on the edge. And I'm going to start, I think, on planting my potatoes now. All right, really excited about how this is looking. Oh, and you may have noticed the pots there. The first 4 are blackberries. I pulled them out because I thought they were dead but wasn't sure. The first one seems to have some growth, not seeing any on the others. And then we have strawberries. The sawhorses are staying here because I've got wood coming and I'll need them for cutting the wood. And the rocks, we're just going to use it for trims around the greenhouse and just other places. So we'll have to deal with that too. So that's it for this video. The cleaning up of the lower garden. Well, there's a bit more. Maybe I'll get that done and then show it.